cheetahs, and pythons.
Yep, just follow the lines to figure out who eats who.
All those lines make me dizzy.
I know. That's why it's called the food web. It's amazing how all these animals are connected by what they eat.
And Chris and Martin have both climbed within reach of the top.
What would eat a fox? I know that sound, and it's coming from there. Lions. Lions.
Playful pouncers now, top predators later. Oh, a long body sure comes in handy for this game. If I could just touch a little bit more.
Oh, what?
Mart?
Yes! They saw me! Oh, just a little closer. Zebras?
They're going after that herd of zebra. Wait, come back! Whoa! Hey, you guys are little toughies. Oh, gotta press. Ow! Where's the button? Ow! Woo! Oh.
Oh, steady, steady. Hi. Wow! It's a good thing I have bad-eared fox escape powers. Whoa. Chris, where are you?
I'm being peppered with bounces by lion cubs.
I've got a mama lion on my tail.
Activate lion power.
Good game, guys! Looks like the lions won.
And not the ones wearing lion suits.
Yes, we did it!
We're at the top of the food web.
Mama's calling.
It's time for dinner for the predators at the top of the food web.
And that's life in nature.
Mission accomplished. We built a food web of the African savanna.
From the producers.
All the way to the top predators.
And you know, I used to think lions were kind of nasty. But really, they're just surviving and feeding their cubs.
That's right, like every single animal on this board is doing. Creatures eat other creatures. It's just how nature works.
A lion eating a zebra is really no worse than a zebra or a termite eating a living blade of grass.
They're all important for a healthy ecosystem. Where are you guys going?
We're off to make another food web.
Meet ya in North America. Martin, I'll start as a green pond algae.
Cool. I'll be a big, juicy blueberry.
Oh, as green algae, I'll be the base of the whole pond ecosystem full of cool animals.
I'm gonna be the most amazing blueberry to ever start a food web.
So, no matter what habitat you're in on Earth, there's a creature food web in action around you.
All right, Chris, let's see how fast we could work our way through a North American food web.
And let's start with
Trees. Trees are producers, plants that get their energy from the sun. Producers are the first step in a typical food chain. A lot of animals eat tree leaves, and we gotta find one of them. Chris, found something. Did you find a leaf feeder? Oh yeah, a caterpillar hiding in this tent. And this caterpillar hides in his tent until he's ready to eat. Then he comes out and he eats the leaf. And now we've got to find a caterpillar eater. Let's go. Whoa! An American toad. These guys will eat just about anything they can fit in their mouths, including caterpillars. Whoa, she found a caterpillar. Wow, now that's a lightning fast grab.
But it's not going to be super easy to find the next creature in the chain, because toads have great defenses. First, they taste bad, and a lot of predators don't want to eat them. Second, if they're being eaten, they blow up like a balloon to make it harder for the predator to swallow them.
Yes! A hog-nosed snake! Oh, now this snake can get past the toad's defense because a hognose has special fangs in the back of its mouth that can pop a blown-up toad so the snake can swallow it down. Oh, now this is a cool snake.
Martin, over here.
Yes, a raccoon. That takes us further up the food chain. Raccoons are omnivores. That means they eat plants, like berries and nuts, and animals, like crayfish and snakes, including the hognose snake.
So we're almost to the top. There are only a few creatures who would ever eat a raccoon.
We find one, and we've made it. How about a wolf?
Lynx, maybe.
Oh, a mountain lion would.
One thing's for sure, top predators are usually the hardest to find.
A feather
Of a great horned owl. There! Great horned owls will eat raccoons.
We did it!
In record time.
Oh yeah, and that is just one North American food chain.
Food chains and food webs are all around us, so keep your eyes peeled when you're creature adventuring.
We'll see you on the creature trail.
Hey, Marsh, she said, go, let's go. Come on. Woo! Baboons are great climbers in the trees, great runners on the ground. They're designed for life both in the trees and on the ground.
This is so important for baboon survival in the wild. The trees provide shelter, and the ground provides a lot of the food baboons need.
When you're a kangaroo, you live in hot places. But kangaroos don't sweat like we do. Instead, a kangaroo licks his arms. See that? Look at this. He has licked his arms so much they're soaking wet. He licks his arms just like that, and by licking his arms, like that, the kangaroo gets them really wet, and then the heat from his body goes into the water, which evaporates, taking the heat away. So that's how a red kangaroo stays cool.
All right, we got a really cool creature here. Chris, you ready for a creature challenge?
I'm ready. Is it furry?
It has a short coat of fur. Yeah.
Can I touch it?
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go. You're
hey.
right neck to shoulder.
Feels like a horse with a mane.
Yeah, it is in the horse family, but it has a special distinguishing feature which you can only see.
The color?
It's the pattern.
Is it striped?
You got it.
It's a zebra.
Right on.
Right. What a cool creature. Hey, buddy.
Word girl! She's strong. She's fast. She's funny.
What time is it when an elephant sits on your fence? Time to get a new fence!
Watch Word Girl weekdays on PBS Kids or anytime at pbskids.org.
Wild Kratts is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
To find out more about cool animals
And collect your own Wild Kratts creature powers,
go to the Wild Kratts website
at pbskidsgo.org.
We'll see you there!
Internationally renowned Celtic Woman performs timeless holiday favorites with their signature Celtic twist in Home for Christmas. Filmed at Dublin's Helix Theatre, the production features Ireland's finest musicians, including a 36-piece orchestra and 40-member Philharmonic Choir. Celebrate the joys of the holiday season with Celtic Woman, Home for Christmas.
Tonight at 8:30.
You're watching WSIU Carbondale, WUSI Olney.
River Region Evening Edition is made possible through the membership support of viewers like you, with additional support from Country Insurance and Financial Services and WSIL-TV 3.
Right now on River Region Evening Edition News. Hear for the first time how events unfolded during the tornadoes that ripped through Illinois last month. Also, SIU takes steps to increase enrollment, but are students staying until graduation? And for one SIU student, video games have become more than just a hobby. Evening Edition begins right now.
Live from the campus of Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. Bringing you the news from around the world and across the river region. This is the Evening Edition.
We're getting a new look tonight at how events unfolded during the deadly tornadoes that ripped through Illinois last month. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Devin Kidd.
And I'm Chelsea Sullivan. Newly released 911 calls give a first-hand account of the devastating twister that struck Washington, Illinois.
Tornado in Washington, Illinois is sounding alarms.
It was shortly before 11 o'clock Sunday morning. Residents flooded 911 operators in panic and fear after the most powerful November tornado in Illinois ripped through Washington.
Our house has been decimated by a tornado. My whole neighborhood is gone.
Residents scrambled for safety while those trapped in the rubble called for help.
And I'm in the basement. Okay. And I don't think I can get out of the basement. There's water running in, and a tornado hit. I think half my house is gone.
The EF4 tornado packed winds of up to nearly 200 miles per hour. And when it passed, it left massive destruction and devastation. 2 people were killed and hundreds of homes destroyed. One Peoria police officer was concerned for his family.
Our sister's house got leveled in Washington. Is there any way that we can get in there to help her out?
We have a power line down on the road. It is still live. We have fire on the blacktop.
There's a fire on the blacktop?
The power line has got the asphalt burning.
Emergency workers searched for survivors as soon as they were given the all clear.
3 houses right around there just got completely leveled. And we went over to make sure that everybody was okay.
The town's planning and development director warns its process for issuing building permits will be lengthy.
A Central Illinois woman has died from exposure to the cold. 72-year-old Marlene Brewer was found in a drainage ditch near her home in rural Bloomington. Authorities think she died of exposure after wandering away from her home. Temperatures in the area dropped into the 20s.
And we have some dangerously cold weather coming up also.
Yes, we do, Chelsea. So this warm weather won't be around for very long. Let's get our first look at weather with Chelsea Cunningham.
Hey, Devin and Chelsea. Well, we definitely had a warm day today, just like yesterday, and we'll see that continue into tomorrow with a high tonight 51 degrees, in the morning 59, and we'll creep all the way up to 67 degrees, which is really strange for this time of year, which is December, and you guys are probably wondering, where is the snow at? Well, it will be coming, and we'll see that in my full forecast, so stay tuned.
Thanks, Chelsea. Congress has been debating this afternoon on extending a ban on plastic guns. The Undetectable Firearm Act bans the manufacture, possession, and sale of plastic firearms that can get past metal detectors. The law also requires handguns to be manufactured in the shape of a gun so they can be seen on X-ray machines. House lawmakers are expected to approve a 10-year extension of this bill.
Thousands of people who are not U.S. citizens are getting appointments to obtain driver's license in the state of Illinois. Today is the first day that immigrants living illegally in the U.S. are legally able to take an Illinois driver's license test. For now, there are only 2 locations, Chicago or Springfield, but by the end of the month, there will be 4 locations available to take the license exams. The licenses will be valid for 3 years and may be used only for driving.
Illinois lawmakers began debate this afternoon of a bill to overhaul the state pension program. It's $100 billion short of money. The proposed bill intends to save $160 billion over 30 years by trimming retirement benefits. The governor and legislative leaders are trying to gain support for the proposal, but labor unions think the cuts are unfair to state retirees and believe some of the elements are unconstitutional.
One SIU student turns his love for video games into more than just a hobby.
And the biggest freshman class in 20 years is at SIU, but how many are going to graduate? We take a closer look at retention rates next.
Statistics are hard to find, but even harder to create. We show you on the next Saluki Sports View how students keep the official statistics at games. There's a new face on the women's basketball team, but she is no stranger to Southern Illinois. Get an in-depth look at walk-on Hannah Shores. And as the football season comes to a close, the players say goodbye to their second mom, Sharon Lipe, on the next Saluki Sports View.
Thursday at 5.
The next WSIU in Focus features simple ideas that are making a big splash.
Margie Rehagen visits with people who are using rain barrels and cisterns to learn why collecting rainwater is making a comeback.
Then these simple fish attractors, aptly called porcupine balls, may be doing all kinds of good, both providing jobs and improving our fisheries.
Don't miss WSIU in Focus.
Friday at 5.
Join WSIU for a sneak peek at the new season of Downton Abbey December 15th at 5 p.m. at the Liberty Theater in Murfreesboro. Come early for tea at the Event Center next door beginning at 4. Seating is limited for this free event. Advance registration is required. RSVP with your name, number, and your party and phone number to 618-453-6122. It's the Downton Abbey Season 4 sneak preview at the Liberty Theater Sunday, December 15th at 5 p.m. Sponsored by Vic Koenig Chevrolet.
For one up-and-coming SIU filmmaker, success is not measured in fame. Evan Collins has the story.
Ever since I was little, I would just play with the video camera.
This is Dan Sliwa. Ever since he was a young kid, he always knew he would make movies.
Like one movie that always got me when I was little, I like loved it. It actually originally wanted to make me an archaeologist, was Indiana Jones.
Sliwa came to SIU to major in cinema photography. And since he's been here, he's been very busy.
I've probably easily made a dozen, probably 24 films actually.
Of those 24 films, Sliwa remembers one in particular.
I was producer, director of photography, and editor for my girlfriend now, Savannah Steiner's animated piece, My Art Is Not Dead. And that was a very ambitious 10-minute film, so screening it was fun. It actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would. It was a film that shouldn't have worked. It was plagued with a lot of issues, but it came out really well, actually.
Sliwa has also found that making movies can be quite rewarding.
I have to say the most rewarding part of making a movie is just the end product, finally cutting it together.
Although filmmaking is fun and rewarding to him, Sliwa still believes what he does isn't easy.
I think the most difficult part about making a film is screening it for an audience and trying to keep your eyes open and not hate yourself, just because it's I love what I do. I love who I work with and stuff, but there's still, it's just nerve-wracking because when you're screening your work for someone, you're inviting them into a very private part of you.
Although Sliwa makes most of his movies here at SIU, he also got valuable experience last summer by going to Los Angeles for an internship.
LA was a lot of fun, and it was kind of eye-opening because you have this delusion still of if you're not a director of photography, if you're not an Oscar nominee, you don't exist. That's not true. There's so many small name faces who they're always kind of behind the scenes, but then kind of on the rise.
With everything that he has already accomplished, Sliwa knows he still has a long way to go to make it big, which actually isn't all that important to him.
I don't know. I did for a long time have that dream of making it big, just big everything, big lifestyle, this and that. But no, as long as I have enough money to have fun, have security, that's great and all. What I really want to get from it though is to just understand yourself and have people understand you too.
For all we know, this man could be the next Steven Spielberg. For River Region Evening Edition, I'm Evan Collins. Local hunters and fishermen are being asked to help keep an invasive snail out of Illinois waters. The Natural Resources Department says the New Zealand mud snail has been found in Midwest waters for the first time. They're afraid the snail will affect fish populations. Wildlife experts say there's no effective way to get rid of the snails, so efforts will be focused on containing them.
And the Obama administration says the healthcare.gov website is greatly improved. 800,000 people were expected to use the website today. Many found not an error message, but a new system that allows users to leave an email so they can be contacted later with a better time to log on. Insurers say some of the enrollment files they're receiving from the site contain missing or inaccurate information.
Overseas, the Ukrainian government remains in place after today's no-confidence vote, but protesters say they will stay in the streets to pressure the president into resigning. In the tightly secured parliament in Kyiv, opposition lawmakers fell short of the 226 votes needed to bring down the current government. Weekend protests spilled over into yesterday as demonstrators blocked the government's main headquarters with trash bins and containers preventing employees from going to work.
Due to recent train problems in Spain, Washington, D.C., and now New York train riders are beginning to wonder where to sit on a train in order to avoid an injury. Peter Goles, former manager of the National Transportation Safety Board, says passengers are safest when seated in the middle car in case the train smashes into or gets rear-ended by another train. Yesterday's train derailment in New York has people wondering why trains don't have seat belts. Goles says installing seatbelts on every train would be near impossible due to money. More train safety precautions are being looked at to prevent injuries for future railroad complications.
If a college student doesn't graduate in 4 years, each additional year will cost them more than $20,000. As Mildrea Hood reports, this is often the case at SIU.
This fall, SIU saw its biggest freshman class in 20 years. The question is, how many of those students will graduate in 4 years? According to Institutional Research and Studies, the trend has been that less than 50% of Salukis graduate within 6 years, and only 25% do so in 4.
Well, retention rates indicate the persistence of a student to complete and make satisfactory progress and then complete their chosen course of study. When a student does that, we've retained them and allowed them to complete what it is they want to study at the university.
According to Wendler, a number of factors impact retention. Among the primary issues, he listed high school preparation, university admission standards, good academic advising, and quality teaching. Devron Valiant, a longtime student of SIU, has faced several of these issues in the pursuit of his undergraduate degree.
When I first got here, I wanted it to be culinary, but then when I found out they didn't have a culinary program here, I kind of just gave up on it. And I didn't even know they had a nutrition program because nobody technically showed me or helped me out in that field. So I kind of came in blind, not knowing what to do.
Valiant has dropped out and changed his major twice, from undecided to theater to university studies, since coming here in 2003. SIU's mandatory UConn 101 courses were not in existence then. Now there are several classes and RSOs on campus designed to help students graduate on time.
I kind of wish back then I had those type of programs to help me out.
He is part of the less than 3% of students who continue to seek a degree past year 7 and anticipates his May 2014 graduation. With River Region Evening Edition, this is Mildrea Hood.
SIU also has free tutoring services to encourage and help students graduate on time. Coming up, details on a winter storm watch that was issued this afternoon for much of southern Illinois.
And stocks ended down this afternoon. More financial news coming up at 5:30 on the Nightly Business Report.
Laugh until your sides hurt with Victor Borga. Victor Borga is the master funny man of the ages.
Darlings.
Join us for the new Victor Borga special, Comedy in Music.
Tonight at 7.
Internationally renowned Celtic Woman performs timeless holiday favorites with their signature Celtic twist in Home for Christmas. Filmed at Dublin's Helix Theatre, the production features Ireland's finest musicians, including a 36-piece orchestra and 40-member Philharmonic Choir. Celebrate the joys of the holiday season with Celtic Woman, Home for Christmas.
Tonight at 8:30.
John Sebastian hosts an all-new My Music Folk Rewind here on PBS.
Was that a mighty day, 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 great God born when the soulmate swept the town. Tell me over and over and over again, my friend, oh, you got it, you don't believe.
Wednesday at 8:30.
And now the forecast for the River Region. This is your Evening Edition weather.
Good evening. I'm Chelsea Cunningham, your River Region forecaster. Today we've had quite a warm day, and we've been under this warm spell for a couple days now, and we'll see that continue in tomorrow. Tonight, our temperature 51 degrees and cloudy skies, and we'll see those clouds carry on until the tomorrow morning, 59 degrees, and midday 67 degrees. So that's what we got going on, but that warm spell will decrease as we go into the rest of the week when we have a pretty strong cold front actually coming into our area, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So for our current surface right now, our radar, not really tracking anything, but we will see that change as this system above us, where a lot of people up in Michigan and northern Illinois, they're seeing some precipitation and rain and snow, so we'll see that on Thursday, and we'll hold out for that. We'll enjoy our tomorrow, which will be in the upper 60s. And for our outlook, like I said, warmer temps tomorrow and a cold front approaching, and winter storm watch for Thursday evening and Friday majority of your day. And we'll see if that carries into the rest of the weekend with further analysis. Right now, temperature 58 degrees and the dew point 49, so not that pretty low. Relative humidity, carrying that moisture in there at 75%, and the barometer is low, getting ready for that cold front to approach in the next couple of days. And temperatures across the area, Mount Vernon 55, Carbondale and Marion 59 degrees, and Paducah sitting at the highest at about 61 degrees, and Cape Girardeau and Belleville upper 50s, lower 50s where we are as well. And for our current tomorrow's surface analysis, what we have here is this cold front that we see kind of coming into our area, a lot of precipitation over majority of Illinois. And like I said earlier, there's that snow up in Minnesota and Montana over there. And that's what's coming towards us in the next couple of days, so we'll look out for that. And that warm front will sit over us for up until tomorrow evening. And this is the precipitation that we have right now going across our area. A lot of people in the upper northeast and northwest actually have a lot of snow in areas that you really wouldn't expect. So this system is a strong system, and it's definitely coming towards us in the next couple of days. But we'll check that out in my 5-day forecast. So let's take a look at tonight's temperatures. Tonight, a low of 51 degrees, winds out of the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, pretty windy day, gust up to 21 miles per hour, a high of 68 degrees with partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow night, pretty chilly from the morning, 37 degrees for your low with cloudy skies. And for that 5-day forecast, there's a wintry mix that we'll see on Thursday into Friday, and it may carry on to the weekend, but we'll keep a lookout for that. And those temperatures will decrease as that cold front comes through our area. 30s and upper 20s for the rest of this week, so pretty chilly, not what we want, but that's what we're dealing with right now.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Chelsea. Some Saluki football players earned some conference awards today.
Alex Wilson is in Now with sports.
The St. Louis Blues were in action last night against the LA Kings, and the Saluki women's basketball team was in Arkansas last night, still chasing that elusive first win. I'll have all this and more when we get back.
On today's Community Dateline, an American Red Cross blood drive is on Tuesday from 2 to 6 p.m. at the St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church in Carbondale. Donate blood and help save a life. Knights of Columbus members who donate will receive a free meal. For more information, call 314-630-2036. The Many Moods of Christmas, a holiday choral arrangement, takes place this Tuesday at 7:30 and 9 p.m. at the Donald C. Bedell Performance Hall in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. CMO kicks off the holiday season with this arrangement, plus a selection of festive orchestral works to inspire and enlighten. For more information, call 573-651-2265. Christmas in the Village takes place this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at several locations in downtown Cobden. Christmas in the Village features horse-drawn carriage rides, Victorian carolers, Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and much more. For more information, call 618-883-9928 or go online to southernmostillinois.com. The Lights Fantastic Parade happens this Saturday at 6 p.m. in downtown Carbondale. Since 1990, this wintertime celebration has warmed the hearts of the young and the young at heart, with dancers, musicians, and some very unique floats. For more information, call 618-529-8040 or visit CarbondaleMainStreet.com. If you have an item of community interest, please send your mail or email 2 weeks in advance to the address on your screen.
And now the latest scores and highlights from across the River Region. This is Evening Edition Sports.
2 Saluki football players were named to the Missouri Valley All-Newcomer team. Junior transfers Malcolm Agnew and Thomas Kinney joined the 22-man team made up of players from all over the MVFC. Agnew's first year as a Saluki running back started off rough with an injury, but he turned into SIU's leading rusher with 888 yards. Kinney transferred from Winona State and became an extremely efficient kicker, nailing 18 of his 24 field goals and 40 out of 41 point-after attempts. The women's basketball team has snapped their 22-game regular season losing streak by beating Central Arkansas last night. The low-scoring game came down to the final minute when Cartasia Macklin and the Salukis defense played their most physical game of the year and held UCA to take their first win of the season. The Dogs won this one 39-37. Saluki guard Hannah Shores says the team has constantly been adjusting and things are finally coming together.
All by itself, this team was going to be the new team from this game on. And I think that really resonated with a lot of the players, and it ended up making us get the win.
It wasn't like we won we acted like we won a national championship and we went berserk. And I think that's what I liked about it. It was like, okay, we got excited about it. It pumps a little confidence a little bit in your system, but we've been there before and we're going to continue this.
The women's basketball team hopes to pick up some more momentum when they travel to SEMO on Wednesday. And be sure to check out Hannah and Cindy again this Thursday on Saluki Sports View. We get an in-depth look at how Shores went from walk-on to key player. And statistics are hard to find, but even harder to create. We show you how students keep the official statistics at the games. And as the football season comes to a close, the players say goodbye to their second mom, Sharon Lipe. We have all that and more on Thursday on Saluki Sports View. But moving from the NCAA to the NBA now, it was a long night for the Chicago Bulls and the New Orleans Pelicans last night as they battled all the way into triple overtime. After a timeout with 4.5 seconds left in the third extra period, Drew Holiday made a mad scramble to the basket for a three-point play to put the Pelicans up 131-128 and take the game. The Bulls' next game is Thursday when they host the Miami Heat. And after 2 weeks on the road due to the circus taking over the United Center, the Chicago Blackhawks are hosting the Dallas Stars tonight. After breezing by the Coyotes on Saturday, the Hawks are hoping to extend their league-leading win streak after winning 6 of 7 on their circus trip. The Stars are hoping to prevent their third loss in a row after dropping a pair of overtime matches this weekend. This Central Division battle starts at 7 p.m. And at second place in the Central Division, the St. Louis Blues are close behind the Hawks. But after 2 straight losses, including last night's nail-biter against the LA Kings, the Blues are 5 points behind Chicago and only 1 point ahead of the third-place Avalanche. The Blues are hoping to turn things around when they take on the New York Islanders on Thursday night. So just a quick reminder that tonight the Blackhawks are facing the Dallas Stars after 2 weeks on the road.
All right. Looking forward to that. Thanks, Alex.
All right. Thank you.
Big changes are coming in the 5-day forecast.
And how is your credit score being affected by holiday shopping with credit cards? That story is next.
Legendary artist Elton John returns to the stage for a special concert. Performing his greatest hits. It's Elton John in concert.
Wednesday at 7.
Elvis Presley, at the height of his superstardom, gives one of the most outstanding concert performances of his career in Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii. When we kiss you. Celebrate 40 years of this groundbreaking broadcast. Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii.
Thursday at 7. There is a lot of drama in store for the Crawley family, their servants, and many exciting new characters in Season 4. Just you wait and see. Please join me, Susan Sarandon, for a loving look back at Seasons 1, 2, and 3, and a sneak peek at Season 4. Something to look forward to. In Return to Downton Abbey.
Saturday at 8:30.
The annual lighting of the Capitol Christmas tree took place just moments ago. This video shows last year's event. The 2013 tree is an 88-foot Engelmann spruce from the Colville National Forest in Washington State. House Speaker John Boehner turned on the lights. The White House Christmas tree ceremony will be held on Friday.
And you can recycle your unwanted holiday lights at 3 new locations. Now through January 10th, holiday lights will be accepted at 2 locations in Carbondale and 2 locations in Murfreesboro. Residents should remove all decorative items from the light set before they are dropped off. Items that will not be accepted include household lights, compacts, fluorescent lamps, floodlights, or fluorescent tubes. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department or visit the website on the screen.
Just about every major retailer has an offer for a store credit card for big-time shoppers. But are they worth it? We have some key facts you need to know before taking on that extra credit. The interest rates on store credit cards are usually higher than typical credit cards, so make sure you are paying those off on time. Every time you apply for a new card, financial experts say it actually could take a temporary toll on your credit score instead of raise it. On the upside, if you do decide to get a store credit card, you're likely to get constant discounts, but that might just make you end up spending more. So before taking on that extra credit, don't forget to read the fine print.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Follow us on Facebook at River Region News. I'm Chelsea Sullivan.
And I'm Devin Kidd. For Chelsea Cunningham, Alex Wilson, and the more than 100 students who work on Evening Edition, have a great night.
River Region Evening Edition is made possible through the membership support of viewers like you, with additional support from Country Insurance and Financial Services and WSIU-TV 3.